Good day. Today we're going to discuss our topic. We are going to summarize the discussion for the second quarter of music, arts, PE, and health. Today, let's start by discussing music first. And as you can see, I have here my television beside the monitor. You may watch there, and all of this topic is all about MAPEH. And I also have here my PowerPoint presentation. Let's start music first. So in music, we have the musical elements of Japan, China, and South Korea. These countries, their musical elements used in East Asia, we have vocal, timbre, rhythm. Rhythm is it's either duple, triple, or quadruple. In vocal timbre, we have the nasal and throaty. Okay, we use the throat here. And we also have the melody. Most of the song here is monophony or a cappella. Homophony with chordal accompaniment, and we also have heterophony. Same melody but ornamented by several instruments. And of course, the form. Stropic, and it is using the same tune on different verses. Now, the musical elements of Japan, we have the vocal music of Japan, we have the yosen mode or the male scale, and we also have the insen mode, the female scale. So, melody of Japanese music commonly shifts on both modes, and they often give emphasis on the second or fourth tone of the mode. Both scale are in pentatonic. Japanese vocal music is based on the interval of human breathing rather than mathematical timing. The performance of Japanese music has traditionally been a spiritual character, similarly to martial arts and other forms of arts, such as tea ceremony and calligraphy. It is usually about religious festivals, works, dances, love, and regional songs. The best example for this is the Sakura. Alright. Now, in the vocal music of China, it's almost the same with Japanese, but uh, they are using also the pentatonic scale. We have the C, D, E, G, and A. Chinese vocal music has traditionally been sung in a thin, non resonant voice or in falsetto. It is usually solo rather than choral. Traditional music is melody or melodic rather than harmonic. Most Chinese music is based on the five tone scale. Okay, that is the pentatonic. Alright, so let's have the next one. The vocal music of Korea. Okay, the music of Korea has a slow tempo, giving it a very peaceful and pensive character. We have the Chongak. Chongak is, or it means music for the noble classes. Sogak or Minsogak is a category of Korean music traditionally associated with the lower classes or for the general public, and it is energetic and vibrant. We also have here the pansori. Pansori, a kind of music presented to audiences by skilled vocal singers and drummers. But even the unskilled could sing these songs. Ninyo means literally the song of the folklore. It is a Korean and Japanese folk song. Now let's move on to the instrument. The instrumental music of East Asia was categorized into four. Basically, these are the chordophone, membranophone, idiophone, and aerophone. Chordophones produces sounds by the strumming of the chords. Membranophones produces sounds by tapping the membrane part of the instruments. Idiophones produces sounds by tapping the hard part of the instruments, which resonant or resonance is observed. Aerophone produces sounds by means of blowing air to the instruments. Now let's move on to the next slide. Let's have the arts. Now in arts, we have this topic, or the focus of arts in East Asia is all about their arts and crafts, especially in painting, calligraphy, pottery, paper kites, knot tying, wood block printing, ukiyo-e, and paper cutting. As you learn with the arts and crafts of China, Japan, and Korea, you will also engage in different tasks and activities that will develop your skill in arts. And that was this, discussed in our live stream, or the Valenzuela live stream. Now, let's move on to the next slide. So, this is the meaning, what we have, what we are talking about. So let's have this one: painting as visual arts. The first arts that was being discussed in our live stream, they discussed there the visual arts from Japan, China, and South Korea. Painting is the best expressions they have, and most of their topic in China is flowers. We also have here birds, landscapes, palaces, and temples. We also have human figures. We have animals, bamboos, and stones. And of course, the Chinese calligraphy. Chinese calligraphy is the art of beautiful handwriting of Chinese. They also have the rooftop or roof arts on the top of their houses. And it was defined as straight inclined. They also have multi inclined, and they also have the sweeping kind of roof. So in their houses, these are the arts you can find. They also have face painting. In China, we have the Peking Opera. In Japan, they have the Kabuki Theater. Most of those theater play observe the makeup or the color to their faces. And we also have here the Japan. We have origami, and again the kabuki makeup. So the South Korean country. We also have here the subject are divided into five categories. We have landscape painting. They also have the minwa, or the traditional folk painting, and they also have the four gracious plants. They also have bamboo and their portraits. And uh, and now let's talk about their arts, their your activity being done in the component arts. If you have finished that different activities, you may have your grades for performance. So I think that is for the music and arts topic for today. And we are going to move on to the next topic for the music and P and health. Okay, sound check. Now let's move on to the PE and health component of MAPE. So as you can see, we have here my PowerPoint presentation, and you may also watch television beside beside this monitor. So let's have the nature and background of basketball. Basketball is a team sport wherein the objective is to shoot a ball through a basket horizontally positioned to score point while following a set of rules. Usually, two teams or of five players play on a marked rectangular court with a basket at each with end. Basketball is one of the world's most popular and widely viewed sports. Basketball has evolved many commonly used techniques of shooting, passing, and dribbling. So these are the skills that is being used to play this kind of sports, and of course, the rebounding. After shooting, if the ball was missed, you're going to rebound it, as well as specialized player positions and offensive and defensive structures. So they have formulated a strategy, a offensive and defensive strategy. Now, aside from this, they also have their uh, own code. They produce own code when the player is tall, or if they have the tall player. Most of the time, it was uh, categorized into center, power forward, or small forward. These are the position of the tall players. While shorter players, they have point guard, shooting guard, and a simple guard. Okay, these are the small players' position. While competitive basketball is carefully regulated, numerous variations of basketball have developed for casual play. So it's not simple as 10 by 10. Sorry, 10 players. We have 5 opposing players. It's not simple like that. Sometimes it was um, developed into 3 by 3 or 3 versus 3. So all in all, they have 6 players inside the court. So this has been evolved all through these years. Now let's have baseball. Baseball is almost the same with baseball and softball. Baseball and softball are the same. So how are this game played? So we have here the rules and regulations. Sometimes these are the following skills being used playing baseball. So we have here the nature and background of baseball. The game of baseball is said to have begun in the early 19th century, but that is just half the truth. The game was played much before, but the first baseball clubs were formed around that time. An Englishman named Alexander Cartwright in the year 1845 devised the first set of the rules of baseball. In fact, many of the rules listed out then are still used in the game. In the early 20th century, the concentration was more on hitting the home runs. Babe Ruth changed the course of the game with his magical ability to achieve home runs. Okay, Babe Ruth is one of the player of baseball, a very popular players. It was due to sportsmen like Babe Ruth that baseball achieved the levels of popularity that it did. The popularity of Babe Ruth also helped in improving the money in the game, since people just went to watch Babe Ruth in action. So if you're popular, most of your fans going to watch your game. Baseball became a game of strategy and hitting throughout the last part of the 20th century. However, pitching and home run hitting are the baseball benchmark of today. So if you are uh, popular and you can play uh, spectacular play in hitting the ball or pitching the ball, most of your fans going to watch you if you are familiar with baseball. So baseball became a game of strategy, and depending on the strength of their bullpens and their home run hitters, baseball teams are either big winners or big losers. So if you are a player who is playing uh, with all your heart, of course, and you play, you're using the maximum of your talent and skills, you may win the game, or if you're not doing that, you may lose the game. The one thing that is consistent is that the cost of admission continues to rise. So these are the following skills needed in playing baseball and softball. Okay, we have hitting, catching, throwing, and of course, base running. These are the basic skills you need uh, to have, or you need to perfect in softball. The skills needed also is the hitting, catching, throwing, and base running. The only difference in baseball to softball is the pitching and the size of the uh, field that they are going to use or they are going to play. So we have umpires, of course, and they are the one who are going to look for your fault and to announce if you are safe or if you are out of the game, and that is the baseball and softball played in the game. Of course, in softball we have 7 innings, and in baseball we have 9 innings. They all have 9 players each team. So all in all, they have 18 players if they are going to have their competition. So let's move on to the next. Let's have health. So in health component of MAPE, we're going to deal more on courtship, dating, and marriage. So in this courtship, dating, and marriage, we're going to encounter the following words. We have infatuation, love, and courtship. So infatuation or crush is the state of being completely carried away by unreasoning passion. So in infatuation or crush, uh, it is the state of being completely carried away by unreasoning passion or love, addictive love. Infatuation usually occurs at the beginning of relationships when sexual attraction is central. Then love can be described as feeling of intense affection for another person. It is most often talked about as an emotion between two persons. Courtship is the period in a couple's relationship which precedes their engagement and marriage, or it is an establishment of an agreed relationship of a more enduring kind. During courtship, a couple get to know each other and decide if there will be an engagement or such agreement. A courtship may be an informal and private matter between two people, or maybe a public affair or a formal arrangement with family approval. It gives one a chance and time to get to know better the characteristic or the character and background of one's future lifetime partner. So we also have here marriage. Marriage is a lifetime or lifelong partnership of a man and a woman. Two unique individuals who understand, respect, care, and love each other. It's a bond between two people who continue to grow and develop their best qualities as human beings. Marriage is not a mere contract, but an inviolable social institution. Its nature, consequences, and practices are governed by law and not subject to stipulation, except that the marriage settlements may to a certain extent fix the property relations during the marriage. That is according to the civil code of the Philippines. Now let's internalize this status in life. So after marriage, in our topic, a couple's desire is to build a family. Humans are produced through sexual reproduction. In this kind of reproduction, the reproductive cells of a man and woman join together to make a new human cell. This process called fertilization. Right, fertilization is a productive process wherein half of the genes of the father and mother combine to form a single cell. The new cell then divides and forms more cells. This ball of cells enters the uterus and attaches itself to the uterine wall. The attachment of the developing cells to the uterus is called implantation. Pregnancy is the time when a new cell is formed during fertilization, grows and develops into a baby in the woman's uterus. From the time that the ovum and the sperm cells unite until the end of the 8th week, the developing human is called embryo. From the 8th week until birth, the developing human is called the fetus. A normal pregnancy generally lasts until 9 months or 38 to 48 weeks. Now, so we have studied courtship, dating, pregnancy. So let's move on to the next slide. So these are the months they are going to wait. So let's have the prenatal. It's this prenatal care and postnatal care. Importance of maternal nutrition. So while after you have given birth to your child, if you are a woman, so we need to have a prenatal care. How to take care a pregnant woman. So we're going to discuss this. Actually, it was discussed in our uh, what's this live stream. Okay, how to take care of a pregnant woman. Pregnant woman should be taken care of properly by doing the following. Number one, accompany a pregnant woman in a daily exercise for motivation. Give fruits, listening to music. Okay, and let's have you're going to let her sleep on her left side. Okay, go together with the pregnant woman during checkups. Okay, now let's have the responsible parenthood. So after giving birth, you're going to have your responsible parenthood. Parenthood is the state of being a parent. Traditionally, it means being a father or mother of the biological child. When adoption is involved, the parent are the legal father and mother of the child. So there will be a legal basis. Responsible parenting is the will and ability to respond to the needs and aspirations of the family. Responsible parenthood or parenting is defined as the series of decisions couples make to ensure the best possible life for the family and for the community to which the family belongs. It's the ability of the parents to raise children in the Filipino way and to satisfy the social, economic, and religious responsibilities of a family. Parenting also includes the inculcation of the value and instilling of discipline. So it is still involved in our culture to have discipline. So there are several points when thinking of parenthood. So number one, happiness and stability of the marriage. The relationship of the couple should be satisfactory because of a child's arrival may only become another source of marital stress and misery. So yes, you may have your child, but another responsibility is going to arise, and you must be happily in the you must be happy in that status. So you must be stable to that status in life. We also have here the physical and emotional readiness of both partners for parenthood. Uh, a wife should be physically and emotionally prepared to give birth to a healthy child, and the husband should be mature enough to carry out his responsibilities. Number three, we have the financial stability. The cost of living gets higher as the newborn child completes the family and it depends to his parents. So we must be stable when it comes to parenting, and when we talk about uh, financial matter, it's not simply having a family, but we must be emotional, physical, and financially stable. So that is the topic for P and health. So we are going to summarize that, and it is according to MELTS and into your module. So I hope you learned, and you may watch some of the pictures and videos that I'm going to show to you later for the uh, for additional information. So that's all for today. I hope you learned from our discussion for today. Goodbye and keep safe. Thank you.
Good day! Magandang araw! Ngayon naman ay may tatalakayin tayong paksa sa MAPEH Grade 8. Our topic for today is all about South, West, and Central Asian arts. Now this time, I'm going to show you pictures of different artworks. You still remember? Well, we're going to have a short review. arts of South, West, and Central Asia to compare their designs. And to incorporate it, I choose the following artworks. Diwali. Diwali is my first artwork na napili. Kasi naman, it is almost the same in our gasera or lampara from its mechanism and how it works. Next natin ay ang kanilang fabrics. We have ketani and sherdax. Alam nyo ba na ang mga designs nila ay may pagkakahalin tulad sa ating mga fabrics and garment designs kaya ng mga gawa ng ninuno natin na napag-aralan sa MAPEH Grade 7 gaya ng ikat at batik ng Southeast Asia. And last, napili ko ay ang Kotdiji and even Mohenjo-daro. You might wonder, this gigantic structure have the same design with the Great Wall of China. Pareho silang gawa sa matitibay na mga bloke ng malalaking tipak na bato. Ang galing, di ba? This time, class, i-trace natin ang external and internal influences ng mga artworks na sa palagay ninyo, paano kaya nakarating ang kanilang mga design sa ibang lugar? Napili ko ang arts na nakapaloob sa keteni at sherdax. Their works of their fabric, linen, became popular. That's why their artworks influences foreign land. The countries in this region of Asia, especially India, are well known for trading silks and fabrics. Now, through the internal influences naman ay naging popular ang track arts dito sa mga lugar na bahagi na sakop ng Asia. It became popular to their locals to have their personalized design in their own custom vehicle. Parang dito rin sa Pilipinas, di ba? Katumbas ay ang jeep na naging sikat dahil sa iba't ibang disenyo. And last, but not the least, ay ang statue of Shiva. We know that Philippines is a country who believes in ritual, relics, when it comes to religion and faith. The internal and external influences of this sculpture became popular. Even their local or a native South, West, and Central Asian culture. They have their religious belief with images, as well as Filipinos have their images in their religious belief in churches. And to mention one, it is found in Quiapo. Now, it is your turn to give your idea to this topic. Alright, very good. Job well done. So, salamat at natapos tayo sa ating paksa. Thank you for staying with us. And as always, keep safe, stay healthy, lagi po tayong mag-ingat, and that's all. Thank you, and goodbye. Good day. Magandang araw. Ngayon naman ay may tatalakayin tayong paksa sa MAPEH Grade 8. Our topic for today is all about South, West, and Central Asian arts. Now this time, I'm going to show you pictures of different artworks. You still remember? Well, we're going to have a short review. arts of South, West, and Central Asia to compare their designs. And to incorporate it, I choose the following artworks. Diwali. Diwali is my first artwork na napili. Kasi naman, it is almost the same in our gasera or lampara from its mechanism and how it works. Next natin ay ang kanilang fabrics. We have ketani and sherdax. Alam nyo ba na ang mga designs nila ay may pagkakahalintulad sa ating mga fabrics and garment designs kaya ng mga gawa ng ninuno natin na napag-aralan sa MAPEH Grade 7. Gaya ng ikat at batik ng Southeast Asia. And last, napili ko ay ang Kotdiji and even Mohenjo-daro. You might wonder, this gigantic structure have the same design with the Great Wall of China. Pareho silang gawa sa matitibay na mga bloke ng malalaking tipak na bato. Ang galing, di ba? This time, class, i-trace natin ang external and internal influences ng mga artworks na sa palagay ninyo, paano kaya nakarating ang kanilang mga designs sa ibang lugar? Napili ko ang arts na nakapaloob sa keteni at sherdax. Their works of their fabric, linen, became popular. That's why the artworks influences foreign land. The countries in this region of Asia, especially India, are well known for trading silks and fabrics. Now, through the internal influences naman ay naging popular ang track arts dito sa mga lugar na bahagi na sakop ng Asia. It became popular to their locals to have their personalized design in their own custom vehicle. Parang dito rin sa Pilipinas, di ba? Katumbas ay ang jeep na naging sikat dahil sa iba't ibang disenyo. And last, but not the least, ay ang statue of Shiva. We know that Philippines is a country who believes in ritual, relics, when it comes to religion and faith. The internal and external influences of this sculpture became popular. Even their local or a native South, West, and Central Asian culture. They have their religious belief with images, as well as Filipinos have their images in their religious belief in churches. And to mention one, it is found in Quiapo. Now, it is your turn to give your idea to this topic. Alright, very good. Job well done. So, salamat at natapos tayo sa ating paksa. Thank you for staying with us. And as always, keep safe, stay healthy, lagi po tayong mag-ingat, and that's all. Thank you, and goodbye. Good day. Magandang araw. Ngayon naman ay may tatalakayin tayong paksa sa MAPEH Grade 8. Our topic for today is all about South, West, and Central Asian arts. Now this time, I'm going to show you pictures of different artworks. You still remember? Well, we're going to have a short review. take a look to the artifacts of South, West, and Central Asian at i-appreciate naman natin ang kahalagahan ng gamit ng mga artifacts nila na kinapapalooban rin naman ng arts. So, I choose the following artworks, and these are Rangoli, Chalk Art, and Diwali. Alam niyo ba, these arts which they use in almost every day of their life are Rangoli. Rangoli arts that can be found in their walls, their ceilings, and even on their carpets. Meron din tayong truck. Truck used for transportation with different design which is very unique. Sumasalamin sa mayamang disenyo ng mga tao doon. And last, of course, ay ang Diwali. Actually, it's a clay lamp that can be used for lightings and with design. Today, let's incorporate the arts of South, West, and Central Asia to compare their designs. And to incorporate it, I choose the following artworks. Diwali. Diwali is my first artwork na napili. Kasi naman, it is almost the same in our gasera or lampara from its mechanism and how it works. Next natin ay ang kanilang fabrics. We have ketani and sherdax. Alam niyo ba na ang mga designs nila ay may pagkakahalin tulad sa ating mga fabrics and garment designs kaya ng mga gawa ng ninuno natin na napag-aralan sa MAPEH Grade 7. Gaya ng ikat at batik ng Southeast Asia. And last, napili ko ay ang Kotdiji and even Mohenjo-daro. You might wonder, this gigantic structure have the same design with the Great Wall of China. Pareho silang gawa sa matitibay na mga bloke ng malalaking tipak na bato. Ang galing, di ba? So, how about you, class? What do you think of other artifacts? Sige nga, tingnan nga natin. Wow! Great! Job well done! Well, how do you feel right now? Did you learn? Salamat at may natutunan kayo. At kagaya nga ng lagi ko sinasabi, keep safe, stay healthy, and goodbye. Good day! Magandang araw! Ngayon naman ay may tatalakayin tayong paksa sa MAPEH Grade 8. Our topic for today is all about South, West, and Central Asian arts. Now this time, I'm going to show you pictures of different artworks. Do you still remember? Well, we're going to have a short review. incorporate the arts of South, West, and Central Asia to compare their designs. And to incorporate it, I choose the following artworks. Diwali. Diwali is my first artwork na napili. Kasi naman, it is almost the same in our gasera or lampara from its mechanism and how it works. Next natin ay ang kanilang fabrics. We have ketani and sherdax. Alam nyo ba na ang mga designs nila ay may pagkakahalin tulad sa ating mga fabrics and garment designs kaya ng mga gawa ng ninuno natin na napag-aralan sa MAPEH Grade 7 gaya ng ikat at batik ng Southeast Asia. And last, napili ko ay ang Kotdiji and even Mohenjo-daro. You might wonder, this gigantic structure have the same design with the Great Wall of China. Pareho silang gawa sa matitibay ng mga bloke ng malalaking tipak na bato. Ang galing, di ba? This time, class, i-trace natin ang external and internal influences ng mga artworks na sa palagay ninyo, paano kaya nakarating ang kanilang mga designs sa ibang lugar? Napili ko ang arts na nakapaloob sa keteni at sherdax. Their works of their fabric, linen, became popular. That's why the artworks influences foreign land. The countries in this region of Asia, especially India, are well known for trading silks and fabrics. Now, through the internal influences naman ay naging popular ang track arts dito sa mga lugar na bahagi na sakop ng Asia. It became popular to their locals to have their personalized design in their own custom vehicle. Parang dito rin sa Pilipinas. Di ba? Katumbas ay ang jeep na naging sikat dahil sa iba't ibang disenyo. And last, but not the least, ay ang statue of Shiva. We know that Philippines is a country who believes in ritual, relics, when it comes to religion and faith. The internal and external influences of this sculpture became popular. Even their local or a native South, West, and Central Asian culture. They have their religious belief with images, as well as Filipinos have their images in their religious belief in churches. And to mention one, it is found in Quiapo. Now, it is your turn to give your idea to this topic. Alright, very good. Job well done. So, salamat at natapos tayo sa ating paksa. Thank you for staying with us. And as always, keep safe, stay healthy, lagi po tayong mag-ingat, and that's all. Thank you, and goodbye.